Hello everyone, it's Ashwin Rao. Today's video brings you a new makeup from Crù Ñonpareil. For those of you who don't know, I've worked with Crù Ñonpareil to design my own model, which is now on the feet of numerous people around the world. That's the Ashway model and the Ashway 2 models from Crù Ñonpareil. These are boots that are manufactured in Indonesia by Indonesian bootmaker Gina Bootmaker, also known as Alan Shoemaker, and coordinated through Trinidad and Tobago through Crù Ñonpareil, which has a number of different lines, including a Spanish-made, ready-to-wear Goodyear welted line, a made-to-order Chinese line, which is featuring more high-end shoes with fiddleback waists in the dress category, and then there are Indonesian makeups, which are more heritage-style boots, such as this lace-to-toe model. So lace-to-toe models essentially have laces that extend all the way to the toe box, a more extensive lacing system. These are also often called monkey boots, and another name for them, oddly enough, is the donkey puncher. And this particular model has 9 eyelets here, antique brass eyelets, as well as 3 speed hooks. And one thing I really like about lace-to-toe models is that lacing system, which is an open channel lacing system, meaning that the facing here is not bound or closed off here, but it's open. And the extensive lacing here allows for quite accommodating fits, meaning that if you have a higher instep, a wider toe box, you can really get away with a wide range of fits in this particular model. Now, this particular model has quite a nice and roomy toe box, which you can see here. It has a rounded, slightly asymmetrical toe box and has a nice hugging heel cup as well, which you can see featured here. And that heel cup transitions to a Cuban style curved heel, which is really elegant and has a nice shine applied to it. You can also see the design elements on that pull tab that extends from the heel counter up. Really well done stylistically, and is a characteristic of many of the Indonesian brands. I've seen this style from obviously Gina, but also from other brands like Fortis and a few other models that do a great job at creating a unique stylistic set of cues that define their brand. Morrison is another brand that has similar stylistic cues, and Gina has their own stylistic cue. One of the challenges with any particular new brand is to define yourself as a unique brand in the setting of others who have very unique or distinct makeups of traditional models. So there's only so many designs you can get away with in a lace-to-toe model, but there's actually quite a range of varieties here. But if you create a last that is shapely, and you can see how beautiful and shapely this lasted. It has a really nice curve along the inside edge of the foot that hugs your heel. I mentioned the heel cup, which is a really nice hugging heel cup, doesn't create much heel slip. You can see just the beautiful shapes and curves of this shoe, and I've tried and worn this a few times just around the house just to give myself a sense for what the fit felt like. But I really like how this particular model fits, let alone the fact that it's a monkey boot, which has very accommodating lacing and accommodates a wide range of feet. Now, I think this model is particularly suited for people with mid to higher insteps, and in this case, wider toe box or wider feet. So this would be comfortable for somebody with an E-width foot, even though I believe this is their standard width. This is a 7-inch high boot that has a Cuban style heel, which means that it has this slight curve. There's a number of names for that curve as well, but the bottom line is it's a Cuban style heel. You can see the classic Dr. Sole Super Grip half sole here with the Crù Ñonpareil logo emblazoning the waist right there. Clean outsole stitching done to fasten the sole to the upper, and you can see this beautiful Veldtschoen construction done to allow the upper to attach to a midsole that you can see running along the edge of the shoe here, and just a very elegant, beautiful, somewhat aggressively styled model. From the side, this actually looks like a fairly sleek shoe, but what I like about it is that from above, it actually has more of that rugged, rounded toe profile. It kind of straddles that gap between elegant and rugged more towards the rugged side of things just based on the last and the makeup, and yet has a lot of organic shape to it that you can see here. So very pleased with this particular makeup by Crù Ñonpareil. This is my second pair from them, and I hope to review future pairs. Kenwin Small, who is the owner of Crù Ñonpareil, has reached out to me and will be sending me a few pairs to review before I send them along to their future owners. And this pair was one that I acquired from another person who didn't quite have the right fit, and it's a great option for those of you who are out there looking for a monkey boot. One of the things I really like about Crù Ñonpareil is that the wait times on manufacture of the boots are not terrible. It will take you about 8 to 12 weeks to receive your pair, somewhere in that range, which is much better than many of the other Indonesian boot makers whose production queues now reach out to 6 months or longer. And because Gina is a more up-and-coming boot maker and doesn't have quite the queue that others have had, you can get a boot secured on your feet within a reasonable amount of time. The leather used for this shoe is a rugged, thick, almost work thickness level Maryam natural horsebutt leather. So Maryam Tannery out of Italy has become really well regarded for their horse leathers, and particularly their horsebutt leathers, which are both supple, have a nice temper and a feel. They're very supple to the hand. They're not as stiff as the shinky horse hides, which have maybe more textural appeal, but maybe not quite as comfortable. And they actually are really nice with patina as well. So a nice shoe to age into that will mold to the shape of your foot. These have, I believe, Celastic heel and toe stiffeners, if I'm not mistaken. This is a structured toe in this case, which should maintain its shape quite well. A cork footbed with a leather shank to help support your arch. There's a reasonable amount of arch support here, which is also nice for those of you who desire that, but nothing quite like something like a Pacific Northwest boot, but still better than many other brands. And the pull tab should allow you to place your feet in this quite easily after you do undo the top 3 speed hooks here, so a relatively easy boot to apply despite its height of 7 inches. Just a lovely boot all around, and Crù Ñonpareil has again hit it out of the park with a unique take on the monkey boot, the lace-to-toe boot, the donkey puncher boot, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful boot, rugged styling. Crù Ñonpareil, give them a look. They're well worth the consideration if you're thinking about these styles of boots. Hope you're all doing well. I'll see you at the next video. Take care and goodbye.